Wright State University student Ben Lightshoe sits in a radio studio.
Got really blown away coming here because my high school only had 4 or 5 disabled students, and I walk around campus and I see just as many people who have physical disabilities like myself. They get around with confidence. I see them talking to people and smiling and things like that.
Grad student Holly Slack chats in a lab.
I was actually very anxious about coming to school here, but once I was in the lab, I realized that I had more help than I had in high school.
Sean Walker uses a speech synthesizer.
Independence is great. I'm on my own.
You have this freedom.
Nathan Turner.
You have to be able to organize and manage your own life.
If they say, you know, the girl in the wheelchair, that's not automatically me when I'm here on campus.
Megan Irvin.
I need to come to my classes more, and I need to get involved in everything, and I made a lot of friends.
Students pose for photos. Junior Amanda Leibovitz.
I thought college, I was dreading it, and because I thought I don't get any help in high school, and everybody says, well, college is so much worse. Well, it wasn't true. College is so much better.
Getting settled in college challenges most new students. For those of us with disabilities, it can feel overwhelming.
Ravon Johnson.
The hardest part was moving away from home. That's the hardest part, because I'm very family-oriented, so it was hard.
It was overwhelming at first, my family leaving. I remember that moment. I remember it well. But the support here at Wright State University has really allowed me to succeed.
Maybe an aide, an understanding teacher, or family member helped you cruise through high school. College is different. In the next few minutes, Wright State University students with disabilities will show you how they survive and thrive, how to get the help you deserve, time management, independence, making professors see and hear you, find new friends, and complete 4 successful years on a roll, making right choices.
A title, Preparing for College. Now, students walk around on campus. Many wear jeans, sweatshirts, and backpacks. Among them, a woman, graduate Tykia Wright, drives her power wheelchair toward us.
College is an amazing experience. Whether you're walking to class or you need a little assistance to get there, I know. Wright State University is one of the best schools in the nation for students with disabilities. This is where I spent my undergraduate and graduate years. Things weren't always easy, but the lessons that I learned will be with me for life, and they'll be with you too.
Tykia drives and meets with students.
I now run an organization that helps students with disabilities, as well as minority students, jumpstart their careers and overcome the discrimination and ignorance they face with companies that don't know how valuable we all are in the workplace. College is where we become valuable.
Words appear. Self-advocacy. It's up to you. In a photo, a man yells through a huge megaphone.
So how do you get your teacher's attention with so many students demanding their time?
It was a little bit scary because there were hundreds of people in the class.
Getting heard is up to you.
I really had to make sure that my own needs were met.
And the professors automatically know what you need, right? Wrong.
Katie Cadillac.
I had to go up to the professors after class and let them know I need these things and I deserve to get them.
Katie Cadillac says to really see the problem, you might want to tune into this week's episode of Self-Advocacy Theater.
Hi, my name's Katie. I'm in your Master 45 class. Very nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Katie.
Nice to meet you as well.
Why don't you have a seat?
Okay, sure, thank you. Would you mind telling me where the seat is?
Katie holds a guide dog's leash.
Right there, on your left, by the dog there, on your left.
I actually can't see.
Right on your left.
Okay, on my left? Right here? Oh, great, thank you. And also, if you're going to be handing out any worksheets in class, would it be possible that you send them to Disability Services a couple days ahead of time or email them to me?
I mean, is there like a long list of things that you're going to need? Because I need to be fair to all the students.
I didn't want to just be a number in the classroom. I wanted to be Katie Cadillac, the student with a visual impairment who's going to get an A in the class.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Every student needs help, whether you have a disability or not. And I found that if you just ask for help, people are more than willing to give it to you.
Holly and a lab partner work with microscopes.
So what kind of staining are you doing today?
We're doing gram staining and
The first day of class, you're always very nervous about how someone, especially a teacher, is going to feel about you being in their class. Oh, is this going to be more time for me to spend with this student? But I actually found here they were more than willing to help out. Anytime that I had a problem, I knew I could always go to my professor.
Back with Katie's mock professor.
I want to do what I can, but I need to be fair to the other students.
Self-advocacy theater may seem a bit extreme, but some students actually run into professors like this.
A fellow blind individual, she had a computer science class. Professor said, "You have no right to be in this class. You are blind, and blind people don't have to know how to use computers, and I really don't want to be here to teach you." So she took the proper steps and went to disability services and went to the department where the class was. And she talked to the people that she needed to talk to, and she ended up with a good grade in the class.
Disability Services Director Jeff Vernoy.
One of the most important things that our office does is to be the safety net, to stand there and watch the student go forward and be prepared if that student is to slip or fall.
Wright State's Office of Disability Services, you can call it ODS, steps in when you can't get the help you need, but you must speak up.
Assistant Director Cassandra Jones.
Students, they have to let me know about those things, and then I contact the instructor to request a meeting or phone conversation and explain that students are eligible for academic accommodations, and with certain types of technology or assistive devices, they are able to complete the work necessary for the class and be successful.
On move-in day, a student carries his pillow on his lap.
Self-advocacy means you must take action. Plan ahead. Need electronic or braille class materials? Give your professor advance notice. ODS will translate what you need into what you can use. Speak up. Don't take no for an answer. If a professor won't provide an accommodation, ODS will help. Be persistent. It's your future, your education. The professors are here to help you.
The mock professor wears a halo.
Not everyone has a disability by any means, and sometimes I get lost. It's to be expected, and I have to advocate for myself in the way. If I can't find my way, I have it forward. I have to say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" And there's nothing wrong with that.
Katie shakes hands with the professor. Now, fireworks explode and a title appears. Independence Day. More words drop in. Your academic Independence Day.
Here to perform our national anthem is Sarah Pieska.
Oh, say, can you see?
Sarah Pieska is a composer, a poet, and with a little technical help, a world-famous singer. She's also a Wright State University student. Despite her physical challenges, Sarah has mastered what all students must: academic independence.
My relationship with my instructors is very different from high school. In high school, they would talk to my aide and not me, which would annoy me very much. Now they don't have any choice but to talk to me. It's 100% my responsibility to get my books and schedule my tests.
Sarah's friend Ravon Johnson was used to having considerably more help in high school. She now educates her professors on what she needs.
Some teachers are new, so they don't know about people with disabilities, but I have to let them know I'm just like everybody else. I'm just in a wheelchair. That's all.
For Sarah, Ravon, and several hundred disabled Wright State students, there are so many resources. ODS's full-time electronic and braille book translators make sure what you need to read is in a form you can use. But all that assistance doesn't matter if you don't plan ahead.
You can't wait until the last minute, especially if you need assistance with reading or typing. You can't wait until midnight the day before to start your paper when you need someone to help you.
A student types on a calculator.
Students with less visible disabilities often tough it out, try to hide their challenge.
The longer you wait and you're not doing well, the longer it will take for you to receive the services you need. Some students will wait until after their first, second, third quarter of being in school, realizing that they're not doing well, and yes, maybe I need to get some help and just disclose my disability to ODS.
Independence Day means time management. Senior Elizabeth Straub has a learning disability. She has to schedule everything down to the hour.
This is how I manage my time. I make it color coordinated so it sticks out to my eye. Specific study time for finance. And then when I have study, it's just whatever I feel like I need to work on.
You have to have a sense of balance.
Nathan Turner.
And work or play too much.
Students back away and laugh as a tiny remote control helicopter spins around.
You have to experience a balance of both of them in order to be happy in college.
Hey, you're listening to WWSU 106.9. I'm Benny, and giving you the best of the old stuff, the new stuff, and everything in between that's rock and roll.
Ben Lightshoe works his campus radio shift, then rushes to class. The rush part, less of a challenge, thanks to Wright State University's layout.
This campus has been great. There's lots of elevators in all the buildings, and there's lots of entrances to each building.
Even with an accessible campus, students should be prepared to be independently mobile for at least 4 city blocks by walking, pushing themselves, or using a power wheelchair.
What's unique about Wright State is we have a tunnel system. So if it's terrible weather outside, you don't have to deal with the elements. All the buildings are connected.
You don't think much about this until you've left home. Things as challenging or simple as using the restroom.
Hey, would one of you mind just taking me to the restroom? I had always had my parents do my personal care. I depended on them a lot.
Grad student Susan Collar.
It's a big step to get used to, not knowing which PA would be on, not knowing if they could lift me, but once you get over it, you just come down and you feel comfortable and respected. Without them, I would not be living the independent life that I have now.
A title, Accommodations. A student rolls her wheelchair along a pathway. Ben Lightshoe uses crutches to walk into the radio studio.
Most of the time, my classes are pretty lenient on their punctuality. If a need like that does arise, talk to the professor and tell them that you need to leave early, and usually they can work something out.
Students all over campus use wheelchairs, walkers, and canes.
As far as being a student, yes, you have to take care of everything on your own. They treat you like another student in the class, so you have to turn in your assignments and do what's expected of you. It's been great for me too, because I can go to my class, go eat my lunch, and I feel like I'm a real adult.
Independence doesn't mean doing it all yourself. It's doing what you can, then getting help with the rest.
A lot of times you do group work or you have a lab partner. So I would try to do as much as I could and allowed my partner to do more of the hands-on things that I couldn't complete. The teaching assistants as well were very helpful. If there was ever anything I needed, as far as if it was out of reach or anything like that, they took care of it.
Grad student Holly Slack. Now, in photos, students and computers are wrapped in chains.
For students with disabilities, computers are the great equalizer.
We have technology that will talk, screen readers for students who have visual impairments, screen enlargement available for students, text readers for students with learning disabilities.
Disability Services Associate Director Catherine Myers.
And also to create books in other formats for them so that they don't have to actually scan them themselves. We will put them in that format for them.
Staff members scan a book and create a CD. Sarah Pishka.
The only thing I wish I would have done in high school is took a foreign language.
From Sarah Pitska's extraordinary talking and music device to a research lab developing sonar walking sticks, Wright State can expose you to virtually every piece of leading adaptive technology. But it helps if you arrive with at least some of the skills you need to use it.
There are some note-taking devices such as the AlphaSmart that are nice and cheap, easy to transport, and they're also pretty much crash resistant. You can drop these and they're not going to break.
A woman looks through a small telescope.
We really expect students to come with a high level of proficiency. If they're having to learn a new technology when they come here, it's really like taking a whole class on their own. If they wait till they're here, they're trying to adjust to a new technology, they're trying to go to classes and employ that and still get their papers done, and it's very hard to do.
Catherine Myers.
How long's your paper?
Right now it's 4.5 pages.
Amanda Leibovitz has trouble processing rapid-fire classroom instruction due to her hearing impairment. Her C-Print aid uses wireless technology to put the notes on her screen to help information sink in.
Across the table, her aide transcribes the conversation.
It takes me a whole lot longer to study, and I miss what's being said. I probably study 2 to 3 hours longer than everybody else.
The technology is there today, and Wright State is inventing more for the next generation. It's up to you to learn and use it.
Students check out a robot and a dime-sized device. Others wear virtual reality goggles.
From cutting-edge technology that encourages independence to one-on-one coaching that preps you for life after college, Wright State's Disability Services is the coach, backstop, cheerleader, and safety net that keeps every student on a roll to success.
Junior Margaret Perk.
You definitely have to be comfortable with your disability. You have to be able to tell people what it is you can do, what it is you can't do.
A lot of able-bodied students come here for their first encounter with people with disabilities.
Rebecca Diakunzak.
First off a little timid, and then they get to know you like a person instead of a person in a strange contraption or whatever. And then they see you for a person, not a person in a chair.
You need something, you need to go and not take no as an answer.
Don't be discouraged. Don't be, because you can do what anybody else can do on this campus. You can get involved, you can do schoolwork. If you're smart, it's no problem. It's no problem.
Ravon Johnson.
No, if you think you can do it, you can do it.
Titles appear. On a Roll. Right Choices. Preparing for College.